Hey everyone, it's Crow9, and in this video I'm going to talk about ARTBLOCK and what an ASS it actually is. But before all that, I wanted to apologize for not making enough videos for you guys to entertain. You know, life is a bitch sometimes. I had started working and it really drains all my energy out. But I really want to make videos for you all. So during my free time, I want to make vids for you all. I recently dealt with ARTBLOCK and now I want to tell you how I got through with it. This video is kind of personalized because everyone deals with ARTBLOCK differently, so these tips may or may not help you dealing with it. But I'll try my best to tell you all my experience with this monstrous thing, give advice and also redeem my soul from the devil. First, let's talk about what ARTBLOCK is. ARTBLOCK is that feeling when you are lacking inspiration in the moment, stare at a blank paper, trying to think of a drawing idea, creating something that does not look like the way you wanted it to be, or it's just off-putting. I know it's a really shitty feeling that you are lacking, but it's perfectly normal thing for us artists. You don't have to force yourself on making art constantly, and you have to realize that you're a human being and you can have some off days too. And also some professionals sometimes struggle with this too, and it can make you less motivated to draw, feel like a failure, and it could even make you quit art, which is honestly horrible. Without further ado, let's begin with my number one tip. Relax. You shouldn't force yourself into too much drawing or anything else really. Your body needs some relaxation and your hand as well. You should touch some grass, you know. For me it was really needed. Some fun facts about me. I draw a lot of OCs and have a ton of OCs, maybe like 300. I'm not addicted, but I draw them traditionally. And if you ever drew in a traditional way, then you know that if you make a mistake, it's really hard to erase it, or close to impossible. So that causes my characters to be kinda off. Sometimes their hands are a little bit too long, or their eyes just a little bit bigger than what I wanted them to be, which my perfectionism can't handle. But I'll go back to this topic in this video. My second tip is that if you don't know what to draw, then you could make follow challenges. For example, I did a fish OC challenge, which I highly recommend because it was really fun to do. Or maybe draw something you don't usually do, like monsters or animals or you know what. I actually don't know you, so you have to figure this one out for your own. There are a ton of challenges you could pick which can make you feel more inspired or get out of your comfort zone a little bit. It's always a good thing. My third tip is kinda weird, but hear me out. Draw your emotions. We artists tend to be more on the sensitive side, and it's important to get our feelings out. And if you feel a certain way, like anger for example, then you should get it out by drawing. Again, it doesn't have to look a certain way, just draw, honey. It can really be anything: circles, crooks, random lines going all over each other, or maybe a person who shows their feelings by crying. It can be a great way to develop your skills too, As humans really use our face muscles to show our feelings, so if you study these hard enough, then you could improve your skill. My fourth tip is to draw something that is inspired by your favorite artist, cartoon, movie, or song. You could draw your favorite character or just an OC inspired by something. Personally, I think music is the perfect way for this, due to the constructive and unique way of speaking and all the metaphors in it. You could also draw it in a literal sense, like for example, the sky is crying, and you literally draw eyes to the sky that is tearing up, or something like this. Or you could also draw the way a song makes you feel, like it makes you powerful, makes you feel kinda honky, or anything else really. There are a lot of music genres and meanings in it, and it can also change your feelings, which I really adore. You could also make some NSFW art pieces if you're that kind of a person, but I'm not going to go on a detail this one, because some of you artists are sick, to say the least. My fifth tip is that you should avoid perfectionism. Drawing should be about enjoying it and having fun, but if you only care about the final product, then the meaning behind art is lost, because it's hard to make something good when you don't enjoy it, you know. It can surely make drawing a lot more harder, and it can affect you having more art block. There's a good little practice to try out, which I recommend, the draw like a 5-year-old method. Remember when you were little and drew a ton of ugly art? Well, you didn't draw them just because you wanted it to look in a certain way. You just drew it for fun. So, you can draw like that. You don't have to draw characters or detailed things. And just make something you enjoy. It can be circles or even scribbles. You don't have to draw characters or detailed things. Just make something you enjoy. It can be circles or even scribbles. The only thing you must think is about what makes it fun and colorful, and what makes it have some shapes, and it's completely on your imagination. My sixth tip is that you shouldn't compare your art to your little bit older art. I mean, for example, like what you did a week ago, because an art progress can be quite random. Sometimes you're on a level for a long time, and sometimes you grow like a mushroom. And for example, for after a week you don't really improve that much to be that noticeable, so it may affect you not being too proud of that piece. Something that can help you with this is to compare your recent art to your older pieces. I recommend an older than 1-year-old piece, by the way. I really struggle with this one due to my perfectionism when it comes to art, but now I'm currently out of this struggle. I'm so relieved that it's gone. My last tip for art block is to have friends or other artists that can help giving you criticism, and I'm not talking about the "this stinks" comments, but on the well-developed criticisms, which tell you the direct thing that weakens your piece, and not just throwing insults at you. I actually don't really understand why people feel the need to make younger artists deal with this kind of negativisms when they post their art online. I see a lot of negative comments to them, and honestly, it's so painful to see. They're just drawing whatever they like, and you ruin it from them. Like, why are you happy about this? Why? You need to be open for different people's opinion to well develop your own art, because sometimes your eyes can lie too, you know. Sometimes we're not talking about art block, but about art taste. Art taste is a thing when your taste for the things grew a lot, but your skill is lackluster and left behind. This is the thing that makes you feel embarrassed by that ugly drawing of yours you drew at 5 years old. You just simply lack the artist to develop your art style better. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, 5-year-olds should only draw when they like to do it, you know. But if you want to grow or develop your art taste, then you should seek out for different medias and just try to find what style is suitable for you, and to just steal one little thing from every artist that you like, and not just steal the whole picture, you know. The most helpful advice that I can give to you for artists is to find the reason why you hate your art. And why aren't you satisfied with it? Why does it look like that? How can I develop myself? For me, I kinda stretched out the character's eyes too much, and it made the face too wide in my opinion, and it looked a little bit off. But since my art taste grew a little bit, I now notice that too, which I haven't noticed before. So now I have to work on that for myself. My second tip is to develop your skills. For you to draw, you have to have a pretty handy and used hands. Oh my god, it sounds so badly. Oh. I meant you should draw as much as you wanna, to well develop your hands, to understand and recreate the closest of your imagination as possible. Art is about understanding your own hands, mind, feelings and creativity. This video was pretty easy to talk about because I recently gotten through this phase, so I could tell my story to you guys, with it being this fresh, and I really want to make at least one person get through their problems with this video, and I hope I achieve this. I was Cloud9, I'll see you all in my next one, but until then, have an amazing day and goodbye!